I thought hell was bad. Hey, welcome to the first ever annual Halloween Spooktacular. I'm John Voorhees, but you can call me T-Bone, and I just received this pentagram, and there's 5 points I'd like to make. First of all, this is a big donation night for 3 worthy organizations, and we'll meet them shortly. But more importantly, if we reach our fundraising goal, I can go back to the crypt and get out of here, which I gotta tell you will be a real relief. Joining me on this wonderful evening are the ladies of Women of Worth. Let's hear for Women of Worth. I introduce to you Wonder Woman and Supergirl. Welcome, ladies. Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
Nice to have you here. And in this corner, it is Queen Kiwanis and Kitty Kiwanis, the Kiwanis couple. Later on, Women of Worth and Kiwanis will be having a no-holds-barred tag team cage fight. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you donate if you want to see it. That's going to be awesome. Let's take a closer look, if we can, not at the one-man operation that you think this might be, but at all the folks who are helping us put this thing together. I'd very much like to introduce you to the rest of the crew. Let's take a look at Andy, Ramona, Tal, Stephanie, Joshua, and a zombie whose name I didn't really get before any of the previous meetings we had. So can we roll that clip, please? Wasn't that scary, kids? Remember, donating is the idea of the night tonight, 3 worthy organizations. And here's Stephanie to tell us how to donate. Read that wrong. Let's learn how to donate. Let's roll that clip, Stephanie, if you don't mind.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. We have made it really easy for you to donate tonight in one of 3 ways. You can call us on the phone at 272-8862. You can go to our website at nevadacountymedia.org and just follow the link. Or if you plan to donate $25 or more, you can come to our location at 355 Crown Point Circle behind Analog Devices. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you.
Now listen, I'm from hell, and I will tell you it gets a bad rap, but one thing that's great about hell, which you guys might not know, it has a very reliable electrical grid. So then in and of itself, pretty awesome. Let's meet Women of Worth. Welcome back, ladies. I am thrilled to have you here. We have Wonder Woman, who goes by her civilian name of
Tammy McVeigh.
And Supergirl, who goes by the alter ego of
Jessica McGuire.
Wonderful to have you here. And if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a couple questions, Wonder Woman. I saw you flew here, the invisible plane. Nice to have you here. A question I've always wondered about, maybe you can help me out.
I'll try.
Is it hard to find the invisible plane at night? Do you like stumble around a little bit before you actually find the cockpit door? Always wondered about that.
I have to make sure I always park it in the same spot.
Oh, is that how you do it?
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I know how many steps it is to get there. Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. And it gets good gas mileage, I'm guessing.
Very.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
The golden lasso.
Yeah.
Another question.
Yeah.
It forces whoever is wrapped in its coil to tell the truth. Is that your understanding?
That is so.
Yeah. So here in Nevada County, when you lasso horses and broncos, are they forced to tell the truth when you're done with them?
Well, theoretically, yeah.
Well, I would love to hear how you two use your superpowers to help Women of Worth. So what are you guys all about?
Well, thank you for asking. We are a local nonprofit, and we support women and children that are trying to escape, or they are escaping situations of domestic violence and sexual assault. And we also provide assistance. We have a safe house called Hetty's Haven. It has 16 beds, and so we'll get calls and we'll be able to help women. They can come and stay at the house. And then we do community outreach and things like that.
Wow, what an important organization. That's phenomenal.
We think so. Yeah.
Is there a video that you guys have brought of some
well,
sort?
thank you. Yes, yes, there is. We have a video of some testimonials of some women that have gone through the program.
All right.
And I grabbed my son and I took him out of bed, which woke up his dad. And I started walking down the stairs, and his dad got in front of us and was pulling my son and I down the stairs. I was afraid we were gonna die.
I go to call 911, and he takes a hammer and smashes our phone on the wall, dismantles the car so I can't drive.
My husband was beating me with a backpack, and I was on crutches.
I was afraid to go to the police because I thought, okay, well, I'm pregnant, where am I gonna go? I don't have any money, like, what am I gonna do?
I never knew which version of him was gonna be there.
The controlling issue was the money.
I was not allowed to leave my house without permission.
And it seemed like the police were on his side. Whenever we would call them, they would never help me. Never. They never helped me.
It was awful. Because you feel like you have failed.
And I was told that no one liked me and that no one would ever love me.
I don't think it'll ever be over, the feeling that you get, knowing that somebody's after you, trying to kill you.
It hurt so bad to go through this and then to leave and feel re-victimized all over again when that shouldn't happen. And so it's just was heavy on my heart. And I knew I had to do something. Those that come to us, where are they going to go? They're going to be homeless. They're going to then be in a very dangerous environment, being homeless. Trying to escape, they could be killed. Staying in, they could be killed. So at least we're giving them hope.
Women of Worth for me gives me a safe place to be every night. Somewhere that I know I'm not going to get hassled by my perpetrator. And it's given me a chance to be able to breathe and build a foundation that I can continue to grow on.
So I live in a peaceful, safe place that I am so grateful to have. And I have people in my life that really love me and care about me.
What Women of Worth did for me has helped me rebuild my self-esteem, helped me see that I could do this, that I could rebuild my life.
It's important. It's important for women to know that there's a place where they can go, somewhere they can call, somebody that they can talk to know that they can get out of this alive.
The passion behind the making of this very important film is to reach out to as many women as possible that are currently in abusive relationships, to give them hope, to give them courage, to inspire them, to make that move to escape and to know that there's help out there. There's open arms out there to help them, to embrace them, to break that violence, and to start a new healthy life.
4, 3.
You know, every time I see that video, I'm moved and am reminded of all the work that we do here. So I'm always happy to watch it. What do you think?
Wonderful. And maybe you can just take this question. With the donations coming in tonight, what's the area of greatest needs for Women of Worth?
The area of greatest needs is any monetary donations are going to go to our safe house to helping the women and children that are currently in the safe house, as well as relocation. We had a woman just last week that we had to relocate to another state due to stalking, pretty severe stalking that had caused her to lose her job, her home, and put both of her and her children at risk. And so those are the kind of things, emergency hotel stays, emergency relocation, because we actually, we're a privately funded nonprofit, so we're able to accept women and children out of state. And so the monetary donations that come to us are also able to help us get women who are escaping from situations where they're not even safe in their own state or hometown, and they need to go into complete hiding. train tickets, bus tickets, taxis, all of that.
Wow, thank you so much. That's so powerful. Good, you guys are doing such great work. Thank you very much. I just have been notified, I think we have our first donation of the evening coming in. I'd like to welcome...
Just some clown bringing a donation.
A clown bringing the donation. And here's the amazing thing, ladies and gentlemen. We only just finished that donation video, what, maybe 2 minutes ago? So you saw that video, came dressed up, came right down. I'd really like to thank you for that.
Yeah. Yes.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. We're really up on taking money. Check that out, ladies and gentlemen. First donation of the evening.
Awesome.
Let's hear it for our clown.
Thank you, clown.
And what I really appreciated, it wasn't one of those spooky, scary clowns like it. What's that all about? Why do we have to torment the children? So, speaking of tormenting children, let's take a look at Kiwanis. Hi, Kiwanis. How you doing over there?
Hello.
Hello, Queen of Hearts. Hello, Miss Kitty. By your alter egos, you shall be known as what, Miss Kitty, in the community?
Karen Poskus.
And Queen?
Yes, I am Angela Nowlin.
So nice to have you here. And
Thank
listen, I'm going to turn it over to you momentarily. I guess the confusion I had, as I had with the invisible airplane over here, I might have misheard. Is it Queen of Hearts or Queen?
Yes.
What, is that right? Queen of Hearts?
I am the Queen of Hearts.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. I thought that other possibility was a little excessive. Well, listen, can you tell us a little bit about what Kiwanis does?
Yes, Kiwanis is an international organization that serves children in need all around the world. And we are fortunate that we have our own group, our club here in Gold Country. It's called the Gold Country Kiwanis, and we serve Nevada County children. And we serve their needs as best as we can. And we also provide clothes, we provide school supplies, we help with many other nonprofits in the community that also support children and families in need. And so we're really grateful to be here tonight and to be a part of this wonderful event. And thank you for the donations. We are very, very appreciative. And we strive to serve as many kids as we can. And there are a lot that need us right now.
Oh yeah, these are tough times out here. 2020 is no joke.
Thank you.
And did you guys queue up a video for us, or what do you have?
Yes.
We do. We have Greg Nichols, who has been our past president, and he's going to introduce you to Kiwanis and tell you about Kiwanis tonight, and a little about our name, what we do, our organizations, because we do many things in the community. We work in the community for the children. That's our goal, and that's what we do.
Wonderful. Well, let's take a look.
Okay. Hey, Karen, thank you so much for that introduction. Good evening. My name is Greg Nichols. I'm a member of the Gold Country Kiwanis Club here locally in Western Nevada County. I'm just going to speak for a few minutes about who Kiwanis is and what we do in the community. So what is Kiwanis? That's kind of a funny name. Kiwanis was begun in Detroit, Michigan in 1915 by a group of local businessmen, and they adopted the name from a Native American word called Nunts Kiwanis, which meant we trade. Well, later, they changed that to we serve, and the focus became servicing the needs of children exclusively. So from a business networking, it evolved into a service club. The Kiwanis International is global in 80 countries around the world. There are 600,000 members, but each of our Kiwanis clubs locally, there are 15 in the immediate greater Sacramento area. We are part of that. We were chartered here in Nevada County in 1990, so we are just now celebrating our 30th anniversary. So the important thing that distinguishes Kiwanis from other service clubs is that most all of our activities support programs that help children learn, grow, and thrive. So we, as a local organization, choose our own fundraisers. We choose our own community service projects. And we have 3 signature community service projects that we do. The oldest and probably the best known is a back-to-school clothing shopping spree for needy children that the school district locally gives us. Typically, the way that works is the 2 adults, 1 Kiwanian and 1 volunteer, take a child anywhere from kindergarten usually through middle school, through a local retailer. We have been using Kmart, and we spend $125 on school-appropriate clothing with that child. And then when they, at the end of the day, they receive a backpack full of school supplies as well. And we typically each year do that with 60 to 80 school children. And those are needy kids referred by the school district. In addition to that, the other signature events are the Keeping Kids Safe Carnival that we usually do late spring. And then the third signature program is the Children's Renaissance Festival, typically held at Pioneer Park in July. Unfortunately, none of those events happened this year because of COVID-19. But also our fundraising did not happen because of COVID-19. Some of the ways that Kiwanis raises money for our charitable donation and our activities is through events like our Treat Street booth at the Nevada County Fairgrounds. We sell the best hot dogs, fried chicken, french fries, shrimp, and the jalapeno poppers there. So we raise quite a bit of money during the fair. And also at the Draft Horse Classic. Of course, neither of those events happened this year. The other 2 fundraisers we typically do are a community fitness event early in the year, and then a World Tai Chi event as well. So the important thing to know about the money that Kiwanis raises, we have no paid staff, and every single penny goes to the benefit of children in our local community, with the exception of 1 senior program called Meals on Wheels. So Kiwanis, in addition to being a nonprofit, is a 501c3 nonprofit, and the name of that is a Gold Country Youth and Education Foundation. And we have our post office box locally here in Grass Valley, P.O. Box 721. So we, in a normal year, have weekly meetings that are luncheon meetings and a guest speaker from the community, and it allows our members to network. Incidentally, we're a very inclusive club. We have at least 50%, if not more, women in our club. Our existing current president, who's just, her term is just leaving, is a woman, Angela Nolan, and she is stepping up to become the Kiwanis Lieutenant Governor for our Division 44 in Northern California. So we're very proud of that. So in addition to these signature events that I just described, those 3, Kiwanis is a benefactor financially to many other nonprofits in the community, some of which are the Care Crisis Nursery for infants, young children, and mothers, the Kiwanis Family House, which is a short-term lodging facility in Sacramento that allows families of children getting medical attention at UC Davis and Shriners Hospital to have accommodations near their child. The other thing we contribute to locally is the Meals on Wheels program, community service program, which is for seniors. We support Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the Hospitality House, and specifically the Family Room, Bell Hill Academy School, which is a K through 4. We provide books, both English and Spanish language, for the children there. We support and sponsor 3 Key Club organizations in 3 local high schools, Nevada Union, Bear River, and Godoti. Well, what's a Key Club? A Key Club is a service club for high school kids, and also it provides training through Kiwanis on leadership development. We also support financially child advocates of Nevada County, YMCA Youth in Government, Interfaith Food Ministries Food Bank, Sierra Harvest School Lunch Programs, Juvenile Justice, Drug Prevention Programs, and even the Penn Valley Rodeo. So there's a lot of benefits to being a member of Kiwanis locally. In a normal year, we would have a luncheon and a community speaker at a local restaurant. Had been downtown Grass Valley. Now, because of the pandemic, we have virtual meetings via Zoom twice a month, but we still have community speakers. So there's a lot of opportunities if you share in the desire to help children locally, network with similar-minded folks, then maybe Kiwanis is something you would be interested in. So bottom line is kids need Kiwanis. We make a positive difference in the lives of many children in our community. So if you want more information, I would ask that you go to goldcountrykiwanis.org, or you could look at our Facebook page at Gold Country Kiwanis. Or you could contact our membership chairman, who is Chuck Couvert. So if you are passionate about helping kids in our local community, take a closer look at Kiwanis. Thank you, and now back to you, Karen.
I hope you enjoyed the video that we have there, but I wanted to explain a little more to let you know that what we do, one of our biggest things is we do back to school clothes for the children every year, and we supply children in need with new clothing, with new shoes, and with a backpack full of some new supplies. We also do, which is extremely heartfelt in the community. The parents are so appreciative, the children are, they look up at you and you just feel the excitement in their little bodies of getting new clothes and never having had it or having hand-me-downs or things that just very much appreciated. We also do books for one of the local schools. We do for the library, and we also work with Keeping Kids Safe Community, which is our program with the first responders and introducing, it's a whole family day event, and we introduce children. They can see first responders, learn about them, what goes on, and understand who the police are, the fire, and learn that way through them. It's a great program day of a lot of fun things to do, and our children's festival, which is just a delight.
Wonderful. Hey, Miss Kitty, what do you think would be the greatest need right now for the donations coming in tonight? Where do you guys think you might use it? Any idea of that one?
Well, one of our greatest needs would be what we say, we use our money every year, and we do it through the district, the school district, and we are given names of children that are in great need for clothing, and that's what we use, one of our big things. And then we also do nonprofits, help with nonprofits, and work with different organizations, but that's one of our greatest needs.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. The third organization for which we're raising money today is our own little-known Nevada County Media. Now, Nevada County Media is where you go to see great shows like The Musicians, like Nevada County Now, like, well, not Let's Get Cooking so much. I don't know how that one made it on the air. I mean, that is the stuff of nightmares. But remember, this is a fundraiser, right, ladies? Yes?
Yes.
Can't hear you.
Yes.
So remember, to donate tonight to any of these organizations, call 530-272-8862. And with that said, let's take a closer look at Nevada County Media.
Since even the first day I was here, I could see that there was a lot of opportunity to do almost anything you want to do here.
When I came here, I spoke to Ramona about doing a show, a music show, The Musicians. And so now I'm here every month hosting a show called The Musicians. of course, there's the interns and the people who are coming to learn from themselves. I mean, there's just such enthusiasm, and as I say, you know, as being an older person, you know, you look down at people who are 50 years younger than you, who know so much more than you do about what you're doing. It's really helpful to you know, bring all these people together. It's nice to see.
But the media center is the eyes of the community. There's a lot of shooting going on out into the community. A lot of it's live streamed. All of it's in the archives. One of the highlights of being here is meeting the people that come here. I've met older people. I've met children who are talented, energetic, and happy to be a part of it, and that's pretty special.
Hey, welcome back. Nice to have you here. Hope that was helpful for you, learning about Nevada County Media. I'm going to turn it over to Miss Kitty now. Miss Kitty, I have a question for you that's been stumping me all week long. Let's see if you know the answer. You ready?
Yes.
All right, Miss Kitty. Which animal laps up water more efficiently, a dog or a cat?
A cat, of course.
A cat does lap up water more efficiently, and you might not have known this, but there's a prize for answering correctly, and that is a laser pointer, which I think will give you hours and hours of amusement. So good for you, Miss Kitty. That's fantastic. What do you guys have queued up for us next, Kiwanis?
Yes, we're very excited. We have Ray Ray and Shoo Shoo the clowns.
Now, are these scary clowns?
No, they are not scary clowns. And I will tell you that these clowns go to Shriners Hospital and they work with kids that are in the hospital for very serious procedures and surgeries. So they are really about providing comfort and some joy to the clowns.
That's
or
wonderful.
the clowns for the kids.
And the names of these clowns again are what?
Ray Ray and Shoo Shoo.
And is that like the new clown naming convention? You just say the name twice, is that it?
There's reasons behind their names.
Well, I'll turn it over to you. Thank you so much.
Okay, let's roll it.
No, I'm Ray Ray the Clown. You know, thank you very much for coming here. And you know, what I want to do now is I want to introduce you to somebody. This is Shoo Shoo.
Hi, I'm Shoo Shoo the Clown.
Well, tell them how you got your name.
Oh,
that's important.
Shoo Shoo is important. It has nothing to do with the big shoes, if you can see down there. Anytime I went into a group, they all went, Shoo, Shoo. So I thought that was my name. Just came naturally.
And there you go. There's Shoo Shoo.
Are you going to show the kids how to make some balloons
Oh,
here for
yeah.
Halloween?
Here we go. And first you stretch the balloon. Watch, you stretch it. Go. And what you do is you pump it. And watch now. Watch it. Watch close. Watch. Look. Here, Shoo Shoo. I'm going to let you do one. Here.
Thank you.
Okay, Shoo Shoo. Okay, that's one. All right, let's try it again. Okay, here we go. We're going to do it again. Okay, you got to tie the end off, Shoo Shoo. See? See? Okay, now see? Now the air won't come out. See? Now I want you to make something out of that.
It doesn't look like anything. There it is. It's a snake.
No, Shoo Shoo. Anybody know what this is? I hope you do. Here you go, like that. But now we're going to make something else out of it. Watch.
I'm
look
finished.
at there.
Look.
Look at there.
Wow.
Wow, man.
He's got a big tail.
That's a beautiful horse. No, that looks like a doggy.
It's a strange dog. He's got a big tail.
That's a doggy. I'm sorry.
Hello there, Mr. Bones. T-Bone, do you have something
Queenie?
you want to say?
Yeah, I think, first of all, that video did not have the, what's the right word? You know, didn't have the guiding message that we're all a little concerned about, and that is, and I hope the young people out here are hearing me, no balloon animals were harmed in the making of that video, and I think you should have pointed that out a little bit earlier. I do have another question before we go into the next video.
Yes.
Is I've heard that clowns, even nice clowns, torment and despise minds. Is that true? Can you share some light on that?
Absolutely. Just recently, The Clowns Association and the Mimes met in Barcelona, Spain, and they have signed a treaty to join together and forgive all past hurts and are now united.
Well, I'm sure it's a one-sided conversation. Let's turn it back over to you guys.
Great answer.
Okay, let's get on with part 2 of Ray Ray and Shoo Shoo.
And watch now, watch. Here we go, putting the air into it, you know. What do you got there? A pump. What? Oh, it's how'd you do horn? A horn. Oh, watch it. What's that in your hand?
Well, you're getting boring already. I'm going to read cartoons.
You know, I mean, you can't rush an expert.
It's getting there.
You can't rush an expert. Wow. Hey,
Look
see?
at that.
See, it's a flower. Yeah.
See how that works?
Unguard. Unguard. Yeah.
Pop.
Pop.
Goes the balloon.
Weasel. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. See this balloon here? This here is a light-up balloon. A light one.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, if you can figure out where my switch are. Well, it would float if you blew it up with helium. This isn't really going to work.
Yeah, see, there's a light inside, and it's blinking, but it goes blink, blink, blink.
A lot of fun at night.
Those are a lot of fun. These are great.
I was going to say goodbye, gang.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed it. And I want to remind you, this is $1 million presentation tonight, so there's your salary for the day, $1 million bill.
Look, I'm a millionaire. I'm not ever going to cash this. It's always going to be mine. You know,
I forgot to say that we were with the Gold Country Kiwanis. We have a lot of fun. You'll find,
yes, most definitely.
Ray and I will be at the May annual, it's the 17th annual Health, Safety, and Fire Preparedness Carnival at the Rood Center. And I'm in all the parades, the Mardi Gras Parade, the 4th of July Parade, and the Constitution Day Parade, which would have been last week. Unfortunately, none of those events have been held. But look for me, and when you see Shoo Shoo, yell, "Hey, Shoo Shoo!"
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching.
Thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you. See you later.
Well, you got to enjoy our video of clowning around. You got to see our clowns clowning around and having fun. But I think we also want to say Kiwanis really does, we have a good time. We're a fun organization, but our goal is very serious and dear in our heart. It's a mission for us and to help the children in our community. But as you can see, we can laugh and we have a good time, and we're all together, we're all united as a team.
Thank you so much. And remember, your donations, I think probably some of them will go towards more balloon animals, which is, there's probably a dire shortage of those. And I'm not just full of hot air when I'm talking about balloons. But now I'd like to have a message for the young people in the audience. Young as 15 years old, you probably are some darn cool hipsters there. If you've been priced out of the competitive clown industry and you're looking for something to do, just know you can come down to Nevada County Media and develop some mad production skills in our internship program. We'd love to have you, and I can vouch for all the interns that I work with. They are a very fun bunch, and they know how to have a good time, and they're getting very talented. So let's roll that clip if we could.
Interns do a lot of important jobs at Nevada County Media, from answering phones to video productions, and helping us clean up any, shall we say, accidents. To learn more, visit our website.
Wasn't that exciting? Who wouldn't want to be an intern? Who wouldn't want to be 15 again? I know I wouldn't. But enough of that. Let's go over to our friend Supergirl at Women of Worth. How you doing, Supergirl?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing well. And so I did a little research on you this week.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
I don't know if I
and
want to
so
know.
I have a quiz for you. Ready?
Okay.
Tell me which of these is not one of Supergirl's powers. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Let me go through this. There's 5 of them. Here we go. Superhuman speed, flight, X-ray vision, being perpetually clean, or shoplifting? Okay, see if you can guess which one is not one of your superpowers.
You know, if this was my civilian one, I'd have to say number 4. But I think with Supergirl, probably number 5.
Number 5, and for guessing correctly, I'd like to present you this watch, and I don't know how it ended up in my clothing. It could have come from anywhere. You can't pin anything on me. It's just, you don't know that I took it. Well, anyway, let's turn it over to Women of Worth. I understand you've got some entertainment for us.
Yes, we have Mr. Jim G playing all blues.
Well, let's check it out. Yeah. Oh, more than that, because it's he has another video after that.
Yes, okay, so that's back to you guys.
And then introduce the next song? Or are you just gonna run together?
So what we're gonna do is come back to you guys.
Okay.
Donate.
Okay. Gotcha. And then back to.
How's this look, all right?
Okay.
This worked out well, because the next one I do will be
Back to you guys.
Oh. No, that's great. I just wanted to say thank you to Jim. He donated his time and his fabulous music for us, so that we didn't have to spend any of our donations that hopefully are coming from you on our entertainment. So we appreciate that. Thank you, Jim. He's actually given us 3 songs. The second song that he's going to play for us is called Swing Boogie. So stand by for that.
I want to say a big thank you again to Jim for donating his time and his support of Women of Worth. A little bit more about our safe house. As Wonder Woman explained, we have a 16-bed safe house, and this is for women and children who are escaping situations of abuse. And this safe house is off the radar. Nobody knows where it's at. It's undisclosed so that the women and children there can escape from their situations fully and be completely safe. What's also a little bit unique about our safe house, it is the only dual shelter in Northern California, which means it is both emergency as well as transitional. So many of the women and their children that come to us, they come to us in a situation of emergency, and they're able to stay for our 90-day program for that, which they then transition into our transitional housing program. It's all within the same location, so they're not having to relocate yet again now that they're comfortable in this one place. But the transitional housing is for up to a year, and so it gives them lots of time to be able to restart their lives in their new location, as well as we're able to kind of modify our program a little bit. So if we have families who need to be in there for longer, the danger hasn't passed or whatever it may be, because we are privately funded, we're able to modify our program to our families rather than our families having to modify to our program. And so yeah, so that is what you're going to be donating to, is us as well as Kiwanis and NC Media.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Supergirl. Really, what a great organization. 3 great organizations here. So please make sure you donate. One thing I was thinking about during that last bit of music, I would think also if you're perpetually clean, you probably have a lower water bill than most people. And I think that's one perk of being a superhero like
Absolutely.
Supergirl. You know, people come up to me and they say, gee, John, you sure know a lot about the human anatomy. How did you learn so much about the human anatomy? And I said, well, I've taken a lot of classes. I've learned about bones like metatarsal and metacarpal, and I've never met a carpal that I didn't like. Let me tell you that. The problem with bone jokes is they're not hip or humorous. But what you can do if you're interested in learning production work is take classes here at Nevada County Media. Let's learn all about that. Hey, listen, I'm really sorry about those bone jokes earlier. I could tell just from the vibe in the room that people are really getting sternum, actually, from the jokes. But I tell you what, if you donate tonight, and I'm going to tell you how in a second, I promise you I will not tell any more bone jokes, and you can trust me because I would never tell fibula. Okay, so how can we donate? You can call in at 530-272-8862, or what's a lot more fun is if you come down to here, where we are right now, and I'm going to tell you what the address is in a second, in costume. And you'll have the misfortune of being on stage with me, but who wouldn't like that? Okay, so where are we located? We're at 355 Crown Point Circle. We're behind Analog Devices, and we would love to have you. Know, we had a clown in earlier who sort of scuttled away. And remember, the more money we raise, the faster I can get back to hell, which is even more entertaining than this telethon that we're having. Hey, let's hear it for the folks over at Kiwanis. Hi, Queen Kiwanis. How you doing over there?
Hello, I'm wonderful. Thank
I hope you
you
have
for
something
asking.
queued up for us that's mysterious and spooky.
We do, but before we cue that up, I want to mention another very important program that is part of Kiwanis, and that our donations that are given tonight help to support our key clubs. And the key clubs are the high school programs. There are 3 of them in our area. There's Godoti High School, Nevada Union, and Bear River. Each one has a key club. And this is a wonderful program that the kids themselves are providing leadership in their schools, and they're providing service to kids in need as well. So not only are the members, all of us, doing this, but they're doing it from a different perspective of being a teen. And it's a wonderful program, so we want to mention that. So thank you for your donations. We are again very grateful so that we could continue to serve the little tiny ones, the families, the women and the children that are at Women of Worth, that are in high school, junior high, and on up. And so thank you. And now our next entertainment is, we have Alexis and Billy. Enjoy.
Thanks so much, Karen. We are so scared to be here. Happy to be here on Halloween. I'm Billy Packard. This is Alexis Ulrich. We are the duo Lynx, and we've got some really scary music for you. This is a theme from the Addams Family. The next scary tune we have for you is Russian, like the Dracula. And this is by Shostakovich. See you around the graveyard.
We hope you enjoyed the Addams Family rendition by Alexis Ulrich and Billy Packard. And we thank both of them for donating their time and their beautiful expertise. They're world-class musicians, and we really appreciate them helping us this evening. Thank you. And now, on to the next song.
So the Germans are known for many scary things, Steppenwolf, and here's a scary tune from Germany. So scary. Pretty scary, huh? Now we're going to play a song that Alexis wrote. She can be pretty scary sometimes late at night on Halloween and things. Watch out. This is called Serenata. Go, baby.
Thank you to Alexis and Billy. And now, T-Bone, for those very corny bone jokes. Off with your head.
Ah, well, someone beat you to it already, Queenie, but thank you so much. Wasn't that nice of Kiwanis to chop it? Most people cut me down at the knees, but you went right to the jugular, as it were. Hey, listen, tonight's a big night for 3 worthy organizations. We're trying to raise money for them. And again, you can come down to 355 Crown Point Circle. If you're in costume, we'll put you on camera, whether you want to be on camera or not. That's just how we do things down here. And of course, you can also call into our donation hotline, 530-272-8862. See, raising funds is easy. Raising the dead, much more difficult. I have personal experience there. Something else that's very easy to do is hiring Nevada County Media to do production work for you. They've got everything you need. Let's take a look. Hey, wasn't that interesting? I think it'd be pretty cool to do, to have Nevada County Media do some production work for me. Next up is Through the Lens. This is a script-to-screen event. It's a lot of fun because various movie makers get together, they make their movies, and then we hire limos for them. We have a big festival. It's like the Cannes Film Festival, and we show them all. And which leads to the question, why was Prince Albert in a can? No one ever successfully answered that one for me. I don't know. Any ideas? Superhero? No, they're not even paying attention at this point. But remember, you can call us anytime you want to donate money, and let's learn more about Through the Lens.
This is Michael Clark Lorenzo, and I'm the writer, director of the short film Understudy, Fetch Me My Skull Fool, which we did as part of the Through the Lens project and festival in 2019. It was an absolutely wonderful experience. We did a mockumentary, a fake documentary about a local actor in Nevada City. It was an absolutely amazing experience. I had worked in the TV and film business for 25 years and had been in retirement for over 10 years. And it was wonderful to come out and out of hiding, so to speak, and work with this incredible community of filmmakers and artists. And that's what it's about. It's about community. And I'm grateful to have been a part of that.
Oh, thank you so much, Through the Lens. Nice to have you back with us. Remember, this is the Halloween Spooktacular, and we're here to raise money for Women of Worth, Kiwanis, and little old Les at Nevada County Media. Remember, to donate, call 530-272-8862 or come on down to 355 Crown Point Circle. But enough about me. Let's talk to Women of Worth. So how's it going so far, Women of Worth? Are you, is that as painful as you thought it would be? Worse?
No.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing well, I think.
That's wonderful.
I mean,
It's nice
you
to-
know.
You're doing a great job. Let me just turn it over to you. I'd love to hear more about your organization.
I was thinking of a little story that I thought I would share that's kind of indicative, I think, to some of the ways that we help the women and children. This week we got a phone call from the fabulous people at the Haunted Pumpkin Patch. They invite us every year, and they invited us this year. And so I scheduled our time to go to the pumpkin patch, and I went to Hetty's to the house, and I was letting the moms and the kids know that we were gonna, yay, we get to go to the pumpkin patch. And when I told one of the moms, she said, "Pumpkin patch? I've never been to a pumpkin patch. I've never taken my child to a pumpkin patch." And it just struck me. My daughter's going to be 20 this year, and it's like every year we go to the pumpkin patch. It's like, it's just what you do. You go to the pumpkin patch, you carve pumpkins. But when you're living in a house that's filled with crazy and trauma, and you're walking on eggshells, it's just, there's no time for the pumpkin patch. So those kids, there's not a lot of joy. So something as simple as taking a kid to a pumpkin patch is pretty meaningful. I don't want to be telling sad stories, but I just thought that was pretty cool that he was able to, they got to experience that here, and that Ginger at the Haunted Pumpkin Patch remembers us and calls us every year. So I'll quit my little story right there, and we can roll into our very last song, "Isn't She Lovely" by Jim G.
Just one more big, giant thank you to Jim G for all of your amazing music. You did a wonderful job, and we are so grateful to you and your support of Women of Worth. I'm going to kick it back over to John with that.
Well, I'm not taking it. I'm going to kick it back to you. Can you guys share a success story with us? I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I can share a success story with you. Actually, there's one that has been on my mind tonight, but with, to show the level of success and give a little bit of background. So what many may not know, that 1 out of 15 children are exposed to intimate partner violence, and 90% of those children are direct eyewitnesses of that violence. We had one client who came to us, well, many clients who come to us, and that stat is very evident in their story. But this one particular person that I'm thinking of, she had 3 children, and she had been with their father for 10 years. And with each child, he would relapse. And with the relapse, the violence would kick up. He would come home at night, in the middle of the night. He would drag all of their children out of bed. At this time, they were between the ages of 2 and 8, 2, 6, and 8. He would wake them all up, make them sit in the living room as he proceeded to beat their mother. He would kick her in the head with steel-toed boots. He shoved her head through a window. When she came to us, she had a dislocated shoulder. Her children had witnessed all of this. He made sure of it, so they were unable to call 911 and unable to go to a neighbor, threatening to kill her if she were to leave, which answers the question of why many people ask, or the question that many people ask is, why don't they leave? So she finally started to be able to gather the courage to start making plans to get out. A friend of hers told her about Women of Worth. She reached out to us. We gave her some information, how to pack your emergency bag and things like that. She began to store important documents, each child's favorite toy, and clean clothes in the bottom of a dirty clothes hamper, and we put the dirty clothes on top so that he would not be suspicious of anything. One day he came home, he went in the shower. Her 2 older girls were at school. She grabbed the hamper, grabbed her little guy, got in their car, picked up her girls from school, and headed straight up to Women of Worth. We were able to move her in. That night we were able to get her an emergency hotel stay, and she moved in the next morning. She stayed with us and graduated from our program. She is now living a very happy and healthy life. Her children are in football and cheerleading. She is in her own home, and she is currently going to school to become a social worker so that she can help other women who've experienced the same situations that she has. She is definitely, somebody that we look up to. We are just so amazed by her and her strength. But all of the women that we help, her story is not singled out. So many of the women and children that come to us have very similar stories and backgrounds. And we often hear that if we weren't there, they don't know where they would be. They would be choosing between homelessness or being with their abuser. So we just ask again that you either show up in your awesome costume and donate, or you can call in. I apologize. The phone number is 530-272-8862. And just thank you to everyone for all of your support.
I tell you, the woman you were just describing, that is a superhero. And that's just
Absolutely.
Stunning what she went through. I like a happy ending too. Nice to have those once in a while, especially this year. Okay, listen, you can still come down with your donation in person. Love to have you. 355 Crown Point Circle, but you got to do it in the next 20 minutes or the neighbors will talk. You know how the neighbors are about this sort of thing. Let's take it back to Kiwanis. I think we're going to enter now the artistic, intellectual, highbrow portion of the evening. So, Miss Kitty, Miss Queen, I turn it to you.
Yes, we have some exciting news. So during the break, someone came by and dropped off a check for $100.
Yeah.
So
all right.
This is good news.
We'll take it.
Thank you. Miss Kitty, you going to introduce?
First of all, I'd really like to thank everybody in the audience out there, and I'd like to thank you for joining us in our fun night and our very heartfelt stories. And our motions of why we're doing what we do. I want to thank Nevada County Media, Women of Worth, and Gold Country Kiwanis, all part of nonprofit organization amongst many in the community that work for the community to help our place, to make better our place and our living conditions here. And I'd like to then turn it over and Justin Gross, who is our co-president this year, and he's going to do a reading of Edgar Allan Poe's Telltale Heart, and he does a marvelous job. Enjoy.
Thank you, Karen. I'm Justin Gross, and I'm going to read to you The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. It's true. Yes, I have been ill. Very ill. But why do you say that I have lost control of my mind? Am I mad? Why do you say that I am mad? Can you not see that I have full control of my mind? Is it not clear that I am not mad? Indeed, the illness only made my mind, my feelings, my senses stronger, more powerful. My sense of hearing especially became more powerful. I could hear sounds I had never heard before. I heard sounds from heaven, and I heard sounds from hell. Listen and I will tell you how it happened. You will see, and you will hear how healthy my mind is. It is impossible to say how the idea first entered my head. There was no reason for what I did. I did not hate the old man. I even loved him. He had never hurt me. I did not want his money. I think it was his eye. His eye was like the eye of a vulture. The eye of one of those terrible birds that watch and wait when an animal dies, and then fall upon the dead body and pull it to pieces to eat it. When the old man looked at me with his vulture eye, a cold feeling went up and down my back. Even my blood became cold. And so I finally decided I had to kill the old man and close that eye forever. So you think that I am crazy? A crazy man cannot plan. But you should have seen me. During all of that week, I was as friendly to the old man as I could be, and warm and loving. Every night about 12 o'clock, I slowly opened his door. And when the door was open wide enough, I put my hand in, and then my hand. In my hand, I held a light covered with a cloth, so that no light showed. And I stood there quietly. Then carefully I lifted the cloth just a little so that a single thin, small light fell across that eye. For 7 nights I did this. 7 long nights, every night at midnight. Always the eye was closed, so it was impossible for me to do the work. For it was not the old man I felt I had to kill. It was the eye, his evil eye. And every morning I went to his room with a warm, friendly voice. I asked him how he had slept. He could not guess that every night, just at 12, I looked in at him as he slept. The 8th night, I was more than usually careful as I opened the door. The hands of a clock moved more quickly than did my hand. Never before had I felt so strongly my own power. I was now sure of success. The old man was lying there, not dreaming that I was at his door. Suddenly, he moved in his bed. You may think he became afraid, or that I became afraid. But no. The darkness in his room was thick and black. I knew he could not see the opening of the door, so I continued to push the door slowly, softly. I put my head in. I put my hand with the covered light. I put my hand with the covered light in. Slowly. Suddenly, the old man sat straight up in bed and cried, "Who's there?" I stood quite still. For a whole hour, I did not move. Nor did I hear him again lie down in his bed. He just sat there, listening. Then I heard a sound. A low cry of fear which escaped from the old man. Now I knew he was sitting up in his bed, filled with fear. I knew that he knew that I was there. He did not see me there. He could not hear me there. But he felt me there. Now he knew that death was standing there. Slowly, little by little, I lifted the cloth until a small light escaped from under it to fall upon that vulture eye. It was open, wide, wide open, and my anger increased as it looked straight at me. I could not see the old man's face, only that eye. That hard blue eye, and the blood in my body became like ice. Have I not told you that my hearing had become unusually strong? Now I could hear a quick, low, soft sound like the sound of a clock heard through a wall. It was the beating of the old man's heart. I tried to stand quietly, but the sound grew louder. The old man's fear must have been great indeed. And as the sound grew louder, my anger became greater and more painful. But it was more than anger. In the quiet night, in the dark silence of the bedroom, my anger became fear. For the heart was beating so loudly that I was sure someone must hear. The time had come. I rushed into the room crying, "Die, die!" The old man gave a loud cry of fear as I fell upon him and held the bed covers tightly over his head. Still his heart was beating. But I smiled as I felt that success was near. For many minutes that heart continued to beat, but at last the beating stopped. The old man was dead. I took away the bed covers and held my ear over his heart. There was no sound. Yes, he was dead. Dead as a stone. His eye would trouble me no more. We'll take a break right there. We'll go back to Karen, and we'll come back and finish part 2 of Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart.
I want to thank, first of all, Justin for his reading, which you can see is phenomenal, that his reading, and we're going to have the last half of it very soon. But I also want to mention that Gold Country Kiwanis does scholarships at Godoti High School, Nevada Union High School, and Bear River High School, and that we do scholarship for 3 different students during each year. And I want to now also remind everybody that they certainly can donate, and the number is 530-272-8862. And now back to the end of the story. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. And now we'll have part 2 of Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart. So I am mad, you say. You should have seen how careful I was to put the body where no one could find it. First, I cut off the head, and then the arms, and then the legs. I was careful not to let a single drop of blood fall on the floor. I pulled up 3 of the boards that formed the floor and put the pieces of the body there. Then I put the boards down again carefully, so carefully that no human eye could see that they had been moved. As I finished this work, I heard that someone was at the door. It was now 4 o'clock in the morning, but still dark. I had no fear, however, as I went down to open the door. 3 men were at the door, 3 officers of the law. One of the neighbors had heard the old man's cry and called the police, and these 3 had come to ask questions and to search the house. I asked the policeman to come in. The cry, I said, was my own, in a dream. The old man, I said, was away, had gone to visit a friend in the country. I took them through the whole house, telling them to search it all, to search it well. I led them finally into the old man's bedroom. As if playing a game with them, I asked them to sit down and talk for a while. My easy, quiet manner made the policemen believe my story. So they sat talking with me in a friendly way. But although I answered them the same way, I soon wished that they would go. My head hurt, and there was a strange sound in my ears. I talked more and faster. The sound became clearer, and still they sat and talked. Suddenly I knew that the sound was not in my ears. It was not just inside my head. At that moment, I must have become quite white. I talked still faster and louder, and the sound too became louder. It was quick, low, soft sound, like the sound of a clock heard through a wall, a sound that I knew well. Louder it became and louder. Why did the men not go? Louder, louder. I stood up and walked quickly around the room. I pushed my chair across the floor to make more noise to cover that terrible sound. Was it possible that they could not hear it? No. They heard. I was certain of it. They knew. Now it was they that were playing games with me. I was suffering more than I could bear from their smiles and from that sound, louder and louder and louder. Suddenly I could bear it no longer. I pointed at the boards and I cried, "Yes, yes, I killed him. Pull up the boards and you shall see I killed him." But why does his heart not stop beating? Why does it not stop? And that concludes part 2 of Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart. Back to you, Karen.
Thank you, Justin Gross. We greatly appreciate your beautiful rendition of that scary story. Thank you. And now to T-Bone, Mr.
Hey,
Bones.
T-Bone's got a question. I don't like talking about myself in third person, but be that as it may. The Telltale Heart. I've got a question about the old man. Why didn't the old man just play knick-knack on my thumb? I think that would resolve this whole situation. I'm just saying, Edgar Allan Poe should have considered it. That's all I'm saying. That's where I'm going with that one. So you don't often see the Queen of Hearts speechless, but I think I just succeeded at that right now. Now, moving on. When our general manager at Nevada County Media came up to me with this idea, you could have pushed me over with a feather. And I'm thinking, man, have the laws gotten so lax as relates to public access that we can do what she's proposing to do? Then I realized she had said, talk about the Horror Fest. And I said, oh, the Horror Fest. Oh, I can totally talk about that. That's fine. I made a lot more sense. I totally misunderstood. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's learn about the Horror Fest right now. Okay, the jokes aren't going to get any better, but the Nevada County Media would also like to show you what the local talent looks like. So let's take a look at our talent right here at Nevada County Media.
I'll put a spell on you. Cause you're mine. You better stop the things you do. I tell you I ain't lying. I ain't lying. You know I can't stand it. You're running around. You know better, Daddy. I can't stand it 'cause you put me down. Oh no, I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Oh, mine. You know I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you anyhow. And I don't care if you don't want me. I'm yours right now. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. You know I can't stand it. You're running around. You know better, Daddy. I can't stand it 'cause you put me down. Oh, 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 oh. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Because you're mine. Ever since we met, that's how I've been marking time. And since you left, can't put it to bed in my mind. So back and forth I go, wanting so badly to know, was it really all just a game? And I safe bet, 'cause you knew that you'd never feel the same. Ice cream, daydream, melody. You're like aspartame, eating holes in my brain. I tried to own you, convinced it would prove that I am enough. But what I had to give was far from being loved. Desperation ain't no real good look on anyone. Still you tried me on for size. You had your bit of fun. I guess I needed someone like you to come along to see my reflection. Been craving something strong to kill the taste of my own medicine. How lovely to be wanted without any danger of wanting back yours now gone. Like a ghost town, my heart's haunted by someone I kept hanging on just because I could. You should've warned me. Some more lover left you crushed. With me there that you want, you didn't have to hurt a tell myself that you're on to your next victim. But the day will come that you're out of my system.
Wow, what a talented musician. That was Frankie Goes to Nevada County. We're lucky to have her performing. Thank you so much for donating your talents to us. Hey, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's big check time. A big check just arrived. Come on over, Annie. Let's take a look at this one here. Now, be careful you don't drop that because it might bounce, but look at that. That's awesome for Nevada County Media. So someone out there heard our pleas. Let's get a little round of applause for wonderful big check that just came in. Mystery donator, huh? Mystery donor.
Oh, he signed it.
Wonderful, thank you. See how easy it is to donate? You just need to get about a 5x3 piece of cardboard, and you too can make a donation. And again, the number to call in, 530-272-8862. Let's hear it for our delightful spokesmodel. And now I'm going to turn it back over to Kiwanis. I got to tell you, Kiwanis, I'm a little hungry. This has been going on for a while. Are you guys hungry?
Yes.
I could eat. You know what I'm in the mood for?
What?
Calamari. I think some calamari would be delightful right about now. But enough about me. Let's turn it over to you guys.
Okay. Well, I'd like to introduce our next person, Jim Bear, who is a photographer, and he also is our one of our co-song masters in Kiwanis, that every week they give us an inspiring song at our meetings. And I'd like to introduce him, and he's going to do photography, and he's going to beautiful Nevada County and Kiwanis, and it's a joy to see his art. And so, Jim.
Hi, thanks for inviting me to do this. I'm Jim Bear, a member of Kiwanis and a local photographer, and I'd like today to share with you a series of photographs called Fall into Fun and Beauty with Kiwanis. So my first picture goes with a caption which is, look, it's really easy. And this is a couple of volunteers for Kiwanis Key Club, which gets mostly high school students to participate in various projects. And in this case, we were helping at the Salvation Army halfway house. And I caught this lighthearted human interaction when one of our school kids who was volunteering was being very clear to her compadre there about how to cut the wire mesh. And this was going to go in the planter box, as you can see in the background. And I want to say these people are so wonderful to work for and with. You'll never know for sure if your partner will need a demonstration or not. So if we go to the next picture, it's another shot from that same scene. And the caption is, I only have two hands. And this is one of our members, Steve Ellis. And he is driving his tractor and helping to landscape the Salvation Army gardens that are being built. He moved a lot of planting soil into the planters we built. It was very hot, and so he needed water, and I promise you this was not a stage shot. This is totally candid. So I got a real kick out of Steve's way of getting water. So in the next picture, we have fall at Deer Creek. It's just south of Nevada City. And part of our theme today is the fall. And Deer Creek is such a fabulous asset to our community. This was taken down near the Tribute Trail Bridge. And the only thing I can say about it is, besides it just reflects the enormous beauty of that area in the fall, is that when I showed it in a photographic competition, they said, oh, you got to get rid of that tree. Well, it's still there. In the next shot, we have what I call the end of the season by the Yuba. And down by the Yuba, there are a lot of things going on, but these seed pods seem to be sticking out their tongues at the fading summer into fall. Rocks and plants take on the same colors at that time of year. I thought this was really a beautiful and unusual scene along the river. And finally, I want to share with you a picture that is what I call Deer Creek rock sculptures. And the season is transitioning into fall here. And you can see that both nature and humans have created a wonderful opportunity for a photograph. I will say that in the end, nature prevailed and the human creation was washed away by the winter rains. This photo is a favorite for businesses and for homes, and I have to say, perhaps immodestly, that it won first place and best of division at the Nevada County Fair a few years ago. Note that photographically, the moving water is a camera technique where you shoot at very slow speeds, and it makes the water look kind of romantic in a sense, and much more beautiful than if it were just a high-speed picture that we typically see. Thanks for having me today, and enjoyed sharing with you a few of my pictures, some light, some just beautiful, of fall in our area. And keep in mind, Kiwanis is here in Grass Valley serving the community alongside NCTV. Bye for now.
I want to thank Jim for sharing his beautiful art with us, his photography, and showing us Nevada County. And we all know how beautiful Nevada County is, and sharing Kiwanis. As you can see, one of our Kiwanians didn't even take a break to get water. He was improvising. But I want to move on now to Alexis and Billy, and they're going to play for us.
As you know, Halloween was started a long time ago, and there were a lot of scary tunes that people wrote because Halloween was, a real thing. Here's another one for you. This is actually by one of our favorite people. His name was Wolfgang. Now, Wolfgang. This is Wolfie. This is even called the Danse Macabre, which means really crazy dance, the ghost dance, dance of the macabre. happy Halloween, and we won't be seeing you because you're too scary.
Thank you so much, Alexis and Billy. And I would like to, Miss Kitty and I would both like to invite anyone that would like to come to one of our Kiwanis meetings. You are so welcome. Right now we are meeting twice a month on Zoom until we can resume meeting in person again. We met every week at Cane's Restaurant for many years. It's a wonderful group of people that are really committed to doing providing service for kids. It's some of our, we've made the best of friends in Kiwanis. So if anyone's interested, please let us know. We would love to have you. And now, back to T-Bone.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, Queenie. Would they accept me as a member?
Of course.
Well,
yes,
we
are
If they accept me as a
inclusive.
member, I know what sort of organization it is.
We are inclusive.
And
diverse.
Okay. Good
Yes,
to know.
we are.
Hey, listen, I think everybody who's put on this telethon, the Spooktacular, deserves a really big hand. And here it is. Let's hear it for the really big hand that just came in from off screen. Oh, hey, guess what we have? We have raffle winners. Let's see who won our first raffle, our first contestant. Is this true? It is for Aldo Vivanco. Aldo Vivanco, congratulations.
Yay.
Very well done. Isn't that nice? Way to go, Aldo. Oh, and yet, wait, wait, there's more. Hold on a second after this one, if you don't mind. This one is for Velvet Plush. Oh, I'm sorry, that's what the product is. This is for Bill Rowland. Hey, Bill Rowland. Oh, hold on one second there, Mr. Hands. If you don't mind, I have a favor I need from you. Mr. Hands, come here. My sacroiliac, can you just get it right? Oh, God, it's been bothering me all night. Thank you so much. Way to go, Bill Rowland, or shall I call you Velvet Plush? What else we got out there? Well, it's nice to have a big pair of hands helping us out. I know it. Oh, is this from me? you got, oh, my heart. If I had a heart, it would be beating so fast right now. No, this is a beautiful family movie night wrapped in cellophane for our good friend Thomas Pettit. Way to go, Thomas Pettit. You're going to enjoy, oh, Princess Bride. That's kind of a guy's movie there, but we got Whoppers and M&Ms.
Good one.
Huh? Who doesn't like a good movie night? I know I do.
That's cute.
Way to go, Thomas. What's coming next? Hello, Hands. Come on over. I think it's another movie night. Ooh, let's see what the movies are here. We've got It, a favorite of Shoo Shoo and Ray Ray, I'm pretty sure. American Werewolf in London, that's a big hit. And all of this movie night is for Jan Westmore. Jan Westmore, thanks so much for your donation. How wonderful. That's just great. Hey, guess who's back? Big Hands is back. Hi, Big Hands. What do you got for me here? Big Hands doesn't say very much. Actually, he knows a couple of signs, but some of them are kind of vulgar. Here, it's just for Justin Gross. Justin Gross, it looks like you've got a lot of word puzzles and Sudoku to complete. And you know what? I'm going to do socially safe gift giving. I'm going to give it right to you, Annie. Well, that's for you, Justin Gross. Congratulations on winning that prize. But wait, there's more. Come on over, Mr. Hands. Hey, Mark Keeler. Look at you, Mark Keeler. I hope I'm reading that correctly. It might be Mark Neeler, but I think it's Mark Keeler. Wow, I didn't know they still made these. What is this? A Polaroid? Phone to Polaroid. That is hip. You know what? We'll just put that one over with my things over here. Oh, I'm just joking. Here you go, Annie. That's for you. That's from us. Thank you. Way to go. That Mark, nice. From us. That's from us. Is, we're still not. Wow, the fun just never stops here. Ooh, look at this.
Ooh,
paella.
I want that.
Wait, did I get an ooh out there?
Ooh.
And an ah?
Ah.
All right, Russ Wilder. Aren't you going to have fun with your virgin olive oil and your arroz and paella? Way to go, Russ Wilder. Congratulations.
Yay.
Personally, anyone who's wilder than me, I want to meet them. So, oh, what's next here? Okay,
You did.
let's see what we have here. Last but not least, I think last but not least, I don't want you to come empty-handed next time. Colleen Young, congratulations. I didn't know what to call this. It's a nomad book. Nomad book. Huh? Wow. Well, I know No Man is an island, but this is Nomad book, so that's something else entirely. Annie, for you, just put all that stuff in my car. That'll be fine. Just got one more pentagram from my friend the Mummy. He said it's time to wrap it up. Remember, we'll still take some donations from you. 530-272-8862. Remember, we started this Spooktacular with a certain goal in mind, and if we reach that goal, I could safely go back to the underworld. But before we do, I'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Robert's House of Hats. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Robert's House of Hats was so kind to donate all these very many hats. Robert is known as a goofball, and it probably should be in bed right now. So go to bed, Robert. Let's get that out in the open. I want to thank my dear friends at Women of Worth. Can we get a round of applause for Women of Worth? Thank you, Supergirl. Thank you, Wonder Woman.
Thanks for having us.
It's been wonderful to have you here. And can we get a shout out, please, for the wonderful Queen Kiwanis. Let's hear for Queen Kiwanis. Even though she did choose to, or offer to chop off my head. And the lovely Miss Kitty Kiwanis, who has been very well behaved and has not scratched the furniture at all in the last 2 hours, which I think is great. Thank you, Kitty Kiwanis. Thank you, both organizations, for all the great work that you do. Boy, I hope the lumbar is still open because I'm ready for a drink. I will see you next year. I think I'm going to retire to the underworld. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful Halloween. See you in a year.